Oh, I see. I
That's what
see.
I start saying.
Okay, cool.
Live. Oh, if you looked at your phone, you'd be in here at the same time on the screen.
What'd
It'd
you
be
say?
so dope. If you had looked on your phone while you were standing here, you could have been both screen time, creating an endless, infinite loop of yourself. What did you
Uh,
just? Did
okay.
you drop your phone?
Did I what? No, I'm on my computer actually. Okay, so hi, my name is Nene, and I know Terry from the Center for Story-Based Strategy. I'm a youth worker. I live in Boston, and I'm excited to have a chance to catch up with my good friend. Now it's your
Glad
turn.
you. Hi, my name is Terry Marshall. I'm a founder and strategy architect of Intelligent Mischief. I've known Nene from Center for Story Based Strategy, which we're both uh, trainers for affiliates. Yeah, she's
That is exactly what we're talking about because the prompt is talking about state violence, the economy, and climate change, and how those are all interconnected and Black issues, and then what we should do about it um, in terms of organizing. So, do you have a story of how these things have showed up in your work as being connected?
Are you asking the audience or are you asking me?
I'm talking to you. This is our conversation.
It was so weird. You like, do you have a story? I'm like, what?
Okay,
Personal
I guess that's
story.
a good question to ask someone that you are talking to. Hey, so how are you? I mean, like,
Cannot hear you.
yeah, I didn't say anything. There were no words.
Oh, it's not even how kids you got.
um, so I guess maybe it's just like, so how do you think that they're connected? Like, do you do work in all three of these areas, or like what?
I think they're very connected. It is sort of the reason why uh, I do what I do right now. So my project Intelligent Mischief, what we call Hack Lab for Civic Engagement, um, we really take to the meaning of a lab, a space where people can come and experiment. And I've been doing various organizing fields for over the past 15 years, like youth, labor, community organizing, anti-prison work. And I never felt satisfied working in one silo. So I wanted to create something to deal with them. So with Intelligent Mischief, what we do is apply creative thinking and creativity and narrative strategy and design thinking to the various issues and trying to solve them. And we work this way, and we don't work in a particular silo because we see all things being connected, and we need to like address them as such instead of just like one particular issue at a time. Um,
Right. Right.
as I say that, you could start to think of a story that you may have. I'll concentrate more on some story I may have that shows the connections.
Yeah, you said I said story, but actually, I think what makes it like just in terms of thinking about the work that I have done and why I have kind of landed in the different places that I've landed is because of the same reason. Like I think that a lot of the work that we do is siloed, and when I first when I first discovered the Center for Story-Based Strategy and like looking at narratives and the power of stories to uphold the policies and shitty practices that like impact people. That was like one kind of like, oh shit, yes, like this is like if more people can understand like the narratives that exist in the US around like the American dream, around like poverty, around like democracy, around like all of these things that like we just like learn and consume. If we can really like get underneath and like start to really figure out like, okay, wait, that is like a narrative that like does not grounded in any truth, and like, you know, how do you then organize to like create new narratives as you're organizing to create new policies. Um, so I really appreciate the work that I do with CSS. And then, I mean, I went into urban planning because I was, like, we're looking at gentrification, you're looking at jobs, you're looking at housing, you're looking at, environmental justice, all of these are issues that, like, I mean, you've been organizing in for however many years, I've been organizing in, and, like, it almost seems like, how could it be that we are fighting so many things at once? And I think for me, it came down to the fact that actually we're only fighting one thing. Like we're fighting capitalism and the many manifestations of capitalism, the way it manifested, the way I mean, like, gosh, I don't want to do like a whole historical thing because I tend to do that. But if you want to hear it, I could just.
Go ahead.
But no, I
Let's
mean,
do
it's just like if you just
it.
really think about like how the like pursuit of profit and like private property, even just like on super historic like imperialism and the way that whole countries and empires like treat other countries as like places to be kind of like colonialized.
How they call it.
Colonized? Colonized.
Oh my gosh.
um, think of that. And then you think of, the way that manifested in North America, specifically in terms of and slavery and like this idea of people as property, black people as property. And like, if you have to maximize your profits, if that is like your goal, then like your labor inputs and your natural resource inputs are like the ones that you can like fuck with, and that's what has happened throughout history, right? Like slavery, that's free labor. Yeah, America's a fucking rich nation because all of their labor for 400 years was free. They didn't have to pay for their fucking, or minimal, like they paid for shit, like shit like that, and then you couple that with like natural resource exploitation, right? Like, oh, like we make more money if we can like mass produce food. So let's like cut down all the trees and like just plant all of the same things. Just like genetically modify all this food, and like that is producing like crazy consequences for the climate, and those same climate consequences impact the people who like are whose labor is exploited the most, right? Like it's just like this crazy fucked up cycle that like has just happened all throughout history, and people get kind of focused onto like one particular manifestation of this problem, and which makes sense, like you just kind of try to attack what's in front of you. But like I think that if people had more of a holistic understanding of like what are the where are the root causes of some of these issues, and then really believe that like there's something we could do to address it, right? Like I don't know how many people I talk to that's like, can't do anything about capitalism, so let's just like figure out education.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That seems like not the way to go about it. I don't know. What do you think? I just talked a lot.
Right. Yeah, no. Well, see, I think so. It's interesting, right? Because I think some of the things. So I think one their issue of what was say anti-left leftover stuff from anti-communism in the country, right? Which people don't people don't unlike some of the other issues, people don't experience capitalism in in that way, in the way of capitalism itself, right? Like people don't experience capitalism, the things that happen to them, and they go, "That's capitalism," right? Like people understand it, but they understand it like as this whole system. They even have to understand the whole system. Something like people experience it as like not having the money, something and eat. They experience it as like, forever being stuck in a low wage job. They experience it like not being able to get the resources they get. What is that?
That's your phone.
Is that my phone? Hold on.
I mean, I'm assuming because maybe we're not in the same place right now. Okay. Or we are.
This one's probably just outside.
Oh.
Hello. Hey, I know she picked up. She goes, I'm outside. Hey, I'm live.
Okay. Can you turn your things off? I gotta go anyway.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You want to come inside?
This has been a great.
Huh?
Talk to you later.
Do you need a ride? Nene?
Oh yeah, to Kalidas.
She's going to Kalidas. She's not going there. It's real. Oh, just come inside. Parking come. Oh, okay. Yeah, come inside. I was trying to look at live. Apartment 1253.
Did you close it out?
Oh no.
It's still
Let's see. All right.
recording. Stop broadcast.
I'm like, we're in the same room. Surprise!
I was like, maybe it's your phone. Oh, okay, let me stop mine.
Yes.